Hello, flute players. Let's work on line 14 together, rolling along. You may know it as Mary Had a Little Lamb. It's the same song, okay? And so let's take a look at it here. First thing we'll notice is this song is a little bit longer than most of the songs we played. This is a two-line song. So when you get to the end of this first line of music, notice there's just a single line there. If you see that, that's not a stop sign. That just means keep going. So you go immediately to the next line of music. Keep going until you get to what's called the double bar. The double bar means to stop. That's the finish line. Okay? So it's a two-line song, just like you would read a book and you just keep going to the next line. Okay? Next thing we'll notice on the song is that we need to know how to play the first 5 notes on the flute. The B flat, the C, the D, the E flat, and the F. So make sure you feel comfortable on those notes. If not, please go back before this lesson and review how to play those 5 notes. Okay? Also, you need to know the fingerings for them, and you need to be able to get a good sound on each note. I'm not going to do that right now with you. I'm going to let you do that on your own. Okay? And the final thing before you tackle this lesson is you need to feel comfortable knowing which note is which. Okay? And we have on the quick links page there, flutes, the 1-minute speed quizzes where you can practice reading your notes. If you don't feel comfortable reading your notes quickly, please go back and do that, because notice on this song there are no hints. The notes are just on lines. They don't tell you what they are. You have to read what they are based on what line they're on or space they're on. Okay? So with that said, if you feel comfortable reading your notes, let's try practicing this together. First things first, why don't you just listen to it, and I'm going to play line 14 for you. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, so that's what we're going for. All right, so let's break it down. First thing we want to do is we want to count the song, get the rhythm right, okay? And so we look here at the beginning of the song, and what do we call black circles with a stem on them? If you said quarter notes, you are correct. So these are called quarter notes. Please say quarter note. Okay, yeah, that's what these are called. Quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. Each quarter note gets 1 beat of sound. We're going to say the word ta on each of these. So we're going to say ta, 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 ta. Of course, here we have a quarter rest. That's 1 beat of silence. We're going to say the word rest on there. Okay, and that's it. That's all we have on the song. We have quarter notes and quarter rests. Okay, so let's go ahead and just count it together. You ready? Looking at the beginning of the song, and let's count using the word ta. Ready? Here we go. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest. Ta, 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 rest, rest, rest. Now, don't worry if you don't have the world's greatest singing voice, neither do I, but I would encourage you to, as you say it, to try to sing along with it, okay? It kind of gives you a better feel for the song. So, and I bet you probably already know what the song sounds like. All right, so if you felt good on the counting, great, let's go to the next step. If not, I would maybe pause the video and just go through the counting a few more times until you feel comfortable with that. Okay? Now, the next step is to say the letter names and to push the keys down on the flute as you do so. This is where it gets a little trickier. So why don't we go ahead and give ourselves a better chance by slowing the speed down. I know it's at 76. Let's take it down to 50. Let's take it way down. Okay, that's 50 beats per minute. And that's going to give us a better chance to say this. Okay, so now what I want to do is go through the song and say each note while pushing the keys. Okay, so grab your flute and join me. Good luck. Ready? Here we go. Starts on a D. Ready? Let's say it. Go. D, C, B flat, C, D, 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 rest. C, 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 rest. D, F, F, rest. D, C, B flat, C, D, 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 rest. C, C, D, C, B flat, rest, rest, rest. Okay? Now, if that was really hard for you, what I would say is go back and spend more time on those 60-second speed quizzes where you get good and fast at reading those note names. Because we have to be a fast reader. Okay? If we're struggling to read the notes, then we won't be able to play the song very well. Okay? Let's go and say it one more time. And let's see if we can move our fingers right in time. A quick word of warning when you move your fingers, okay? Don't move your fingers one at a time, but move them all at the same time. So for example, when I go from a D to a C, I'm gonna move my fingers all at the exact same time like this. D, C. See how they just move like, it's almost like a magician going poof, doing a magic trick. D, C, D, C. I'm moving them really fast, okay? So, and if you need to pause the video and just go even slower through the song, where you go D, C, B flat, and work out the fingerings, that's okay. This is where the majority of the work is done on this song, Flutes, is just practicing the letter names and moving the fingers. Okay? All right, let's try it one more time. Here we go. I'm going to say it out loud. Ready? Move those fingers. D, C, B flat, C, D, 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 rest, C, 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 rest, D, F, F, rest, D, C, B flat, C, D, 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 rest, C, C, D, C, B flat, rest, 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 and done. Okay? All right. If you can do that, now we have to try playing it. Now the challenge of playing it slowly is we're going to run out of air faster, and that happens. Okay? So breathe where you need to, but we want to see if we can, at least at this speed, try to go one measure, which is like 4 notes in one breath. Okay? So listen to this, Flutes. I'm going to play the first 4 notes without using any tongue. I'm just going to keep the air blowing. Can you try that with me? Just going to blow air nonstop. Don't use any tongue. Just blow air. Ready, and go. Look how smooth that sounds. We're trying to connect those notes. Try it one more time. Ready? Breathe. Now, if you can do that, all you have to do is add the tongue as you blow air, okay? Don't stop the air. Just blow air, move your tongue like this. We're going to go 2, 2, 2, okay, like this. Check it out. Can you try that with me? Move your tongue this time. Ready? And tongue. Okay, so if you can do that, that's great. What we don't want is this, Flutes, where we're stopping the air after every note. That doesn't sound very good. So keep the air blowing. Okay? All right. Let's try playing the song together. And once again, if this song is a little tricky for you, what you might want to do first is just practice one measure at a time. Master those first 4 notes. Master the next measure, then put it together. Master this measure, master this one, and put it together. As a matter of fact, let's try that, Flutes. Let's try just the first 2 measures. Ready? Here we go. Let's try playing it. Now, odds are you probably did not get that right the first time. So that's okay. That's why we do what's called practicing. And we go back and we do it again. And I bet it will be better the second time. And I bet it will even be better the third time. So if you want to pause the video and just break the song down, work on the first 2 measures. Work on the next 2 measures. Work on the next 2 measures. Work on the last 2 measures. And then put it together, okay? All right. If you've done that, Flutes, you paused it and you worked on it, let's try the whole song together now. Here we go. All right. Now you might find if you've done the song many times that you might end up start starting to memorize it, and that's a good thing. So there's nothing wrong with memorizing music. Okay, as a matter of fact, I encourage you to memorize it. So practice it over and over until you feel really good on it. Once you got that flute, you know the next step, of course, is to speed it up. So we're at 50, we would speed it up to 60, and then we'd go up to full speed, which is 76. I'm going to try it at full speed. This might be too fast for you, but if you can work your way up to this is our goal. So if you want to test yourself and see if you can do it with me, here we go. All right, so that's your goal. It's going to take some work to get there, but it's worth it because that's an awesome song, and parents love listening to that. So once you can play it, maybe play it for your brother, sister, dog, cat, mom, dad, whoever. Okay. All right, flutes. I hope that helps you a little bit, and I'll see you next time.